to dedicate the beginning of this show tonight here on Stadium, on YouTube TV, on Roku TV, on our YouTube page for our OGs. Sometimes timing just, it's on your side. As we come onto the air, as we always do, we give you live updates. And what did Brock Purdy just do? Yes, another interception, this one in the end zone. So the Chiefs put the hammer down again, up 9 on the road. No Debo today, no coordination with the receivers. And once again, the Chiefs proving why they're one of, the last undefeated team in the NFL, because the Vikings lost today against the Lions. A lot of fascinating matchups, a lot of fascinating results, and also we're counting down tonight to Sunday Night Football. Very fascinating. You got the Jets, a favorite on the road all week, all day, with Aaron Rodgers, brand new Davante Adams, Garrett Wilson, and then on the other side, a brand new quarterback for Pittsburgh tonight, Russell Wilson. So we've got a lot to talk about. I got the best crew in the building, so without further ado, it's time for the picks. Oh, while you're doing it, hit the like button on your way in. You know what, AB? Literally, as the music's counting down, can you imagine a better way to start the show than a Chiefs interception so your boy can be in a good mood for 60 minutes? Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Coach. I love when you're in a good mood. And look, everybody's in a good mood. We had both Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy to throw picks. There's been 5 in this game already. Mason Rudolph threw a pick. C.J. Stroud didn't throw one. And Josh Allen still has not thrown a pick this season. Credit to him on that. But, yeah, big interception day, man. Solid day.
Yeah, by the way, C.J. Stroud didn't even get to 100 yards. We'll get our takeaways coming up here in a second. Now, he is our numbers guy. He's here usually 4 or 5 days a week. Never takes a vacation. Raphael, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, crew. I'm trying to figure out who the guy in the middle was in our panel, but I guess we'll explain to that later. I can't wait to watch this game. So it's going to be very interesting if we see 2 quarterbacks play. We might see a -3 by the show is over. Everyone has 2.5 -120 on the JETH Jets.
If you're betting on how many quarterbacks play tonight, you're a next level kind of degenerate, because that's a degenerate bet right there. Now, you guys haven't seen him all week, but he had to, kind of get his sea legs underneath him, go away with the fam, just kind of get a breakdown. But he's back tonight. DG live from Memphis, Tennessee. Good evening, sir.
What up, Coach? What up, crew? What's up, everybody? I'm back. It's honestly, it's nice to be back. I very much missed it. I missed the crew just chatting with you guys, but it's nice to be back here in the friendly confines for sure.
No doubt about it. All right, Coach is in a great mood until his entry into the club is tonight. Joshua, why do you got to bring me down? Not tonight. Not right now. So we always do a takeaway on what happens on the 1 o'clock games and the 4 o'clock games. And I had the Chiefs on, so real quick, I got to check on the other game. Las Vegas just kicked a field goal. The Rams up 5 under 2 minutes to play there. Only 2 games left in action. AB, let me come over to you. You had the Lions late win today. Big time win. Jared Goff, right now, he's my MVP. Packers late field goal. They win at home. Seahawks lay it on we got that game completely wrong in Atlanta. The Browns lose, and they lose their quarterback. Deshaun Watson, his Achilles just popped. You could see it. That's just, I don't care what you think about him. You never want to see that happen to anybody. So he's out for the season. The Eagles, Saquon Barkley, 176 yards and a touchdown. They blow out the Giants 28-3. What was your biggest takeaway from this afternoon, sir?
Well, I don't know who said to take the Giants over the Eagles. I don't know what he Yeah, nice job by the Eagles, man, for sure. That was a great game. Look, I think it's the comebacks, right? Like, you take a look at, both Houston made a comeback, and then Green Bay went down and did it. You saw the Lions make a comeback on the Vikings. 2 great games. It's a great day of football, man. But yeah, the games that we thought, the big, premier ones, dude, they showed out, man. Those were 4 great teams that played. And they're those that you hate somebody has to lose, right?
Yeah.
Because they all played great games. You know what I mean? It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I had the over in that Packers-Texans. They had 33 points in the first half. I thought, sure, that was a lock, and they only got 13 points in the second half. DG, let me come over to you. So many great finishes and great performances. What stuck out to you?
It was the good matchups. And honestly, I'm going to make sure that my guy, Raphael, gets this one and just feels this one in his loins. It felt like an SEC matchup watching. You're talking about the Packers and the Texans today. It felt like the SEC today, baby. It felt great.
Say it, Raphael. Say it.
Don't ever talk about his loins again, please. Not on DTL. maybe in the morning. Raphael, does that stick in your crawl? Perhaps.
You know, SEC, it just pays more. I mean, so that's what it is. But who's number one? Oregon's number one right now. So it's not an SEC school. So it's a Big Ten school. I almost said Pac-12 school. I was so invested as Green Bay Packers. They went on a kicker. They won the game on a kicker, which they didn't even know they had a kicker until today's game. What a fantastic game between Houston and Green Bay.
Oh, it certainly was. Brandon McManus, that leg is still a rocket ship.
Yep.
It really is, 24-22. I think my biggest takeaway is the Lions. I said all week right here on DTL, I could not figure out why they were an underdog. And today, even though it was close, they proved to be the better team. They get down by double digits and then score 21 straight. Jared Goff right now, with all due respect to my guy, Patrick Mahomes, is playing the best quarterback of anybody in the league. He's completing over 80% of his passes the last 3 weeks. This team is the Super Bowl favorite, in my opinion, right now. All right, let's shift gears now and start to look ahead to Sunday Night Football tonight. It's the Fighting Aaron Rodgers on the road, and this keeps going up, Raphael. I got to start with you because I can't wrap my head around this. It's now at 2.5. Davante Adams, he's missed 3 games in a row. He got traded this week. He said he's good to go. Remarkable how that happens. Then you got Garrett Wilson on the other side. And then the Steelers, they're starting Russell Wilson tonight, the total at 40. Raphael, tell me why this number keeps going in favor of the Jets.
Yeah, I'm puzzled that the books have not moved it to 3. DraftKings just moved it to -2.5, -125 on the juice. Just move it to 3. Why don't you? Gee, I ain't paying -125 on a juice at 2.5. Are you crazy? I do believe we see a 3 by the time the show's over. And I like Pittsburgh. If you're going to give me a field goal of that defense and an offensive line that can't block in New York, I'm taking the Steelers if I can get +3.
AB, I mean, maybe he sounds like my mother when the coupon wouldn't work on the green beans. I'm not playing $4.99, but he might be right. I mean, that juice, I think I'd rather pay juice at 2.5 than I would play in lower juice at 3. I think it's going to be a tight game. I don't agree with the Jets giving 2.5 tonight.
I would definitely rather play 2.5. I'll eat the juice with you. I'm right there with you, man. Give me the 2.5. If you're going to play the Jets, yeah, I'll definitely pay that. Secure the win, so to say, right? This could be an interesting game. Like, that total is interesting to me because it keeps going up as well. We've seen it go to, I think, 1.5 over the last 24 hours or so, man. That's pretty significant, when you have one quarterback that's playing for the first time ever this season with a brand new team.
All right. Now, don't hit on the over here, DG, because we'll get to that in a second. We've got a little showdown amongst the crew, I have a feeling. But as far as the spread is concerned and all the different players now that are coming in, do you think Davante Adams makes this much of a difference for the Jets at 2-4 to be favored over a first-place team in the Steelers?
I think you have more, lesser of the unknown right here with the Jets. You add a wide receiver, but really you have your quarterback, you have a good defense. I think it's the unknown of Russell Wilson, and that's what's kind of messing up with this number a little bit. And so that's where I'm sticking at. I did think you can't trust Russell Wilson, and so at that point, that's why that line is the way it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, here on Primetime Live, we separate them out. We do straight picks and the A's. Then right after the bottom of the hour in our Prop It Up segment, we do the props as well. So, AB, I want to start with you because I know you got picks all over the board. I think we're going to hit everything tonight. So where are you going right now off the bat?
So, all right, all mine are props tonight. All right, that's where we're going. Do you want me to hit those or do you want me to wait?
No, I apologize. No, I want you to sit there and you think about no fly zone because I can't wait for that. And then we'll have our two little clowns over here as they are on opposite sides of the fence. So, DG, why don't I start with you? Because I hate unders. Why are there not going to be points tonight?
Crew, chat, friends, I'd like you to take this time to endorse me and going on the under here because the under is 32-10 since 2022, and it's 6-0 on the season on Sunday Night Football. So, friends, choose me for your play of the day and go the under here at under 40.
You just gave Raphael PTSD as he's working on the presidential odds right now at his normal job. I apologize, Raphael. We apologize. By the way, is it going to be Trump? No, excuse me. Okay. So he's on the under at 40. As AB said, it continues to move, and now it's got a 4 in front of it, but that doesn't scare you. And you're playing the over. Why are the Steelers going to be the last team to score?
But DG's covering Trump's fry container because Trump worked at the McDonald's this afternoon, and that's what DG's going right afterwards. I'm going with the over just because I like the way Steelers are. People think Russell Wilson, what, he just put the jersey on today? He's been in a spring camp. He was all summer long taking first snaps for the past couple of weeks. He's been there, people. Steelers been averaging 23 points a game in their last 4 games. I think we can see points scored. Aaron Rodgers has a new toy that's going to be running out there. He's going to be throwing around. I think we're going to see a lot of points scored tonight. I don't care what the trends are saying on Sunday night unders. It's over, baby.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. AB, I need to explain why I wasn't sure that you had any straight picks. I got a little, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for when you can't pay attention? Because your team scoring another touchdown. Distracted is the word I'm looking for. McCole Hardman lays it down again. I'm looking in the chat here, and I don't see Big Cheesy anywhere. I don't see his name. DG, he's your boy. I don't hear you talking at all. Oh, 28-12 in your own house. AB, your thoughts on my Chiefs as the only undefeated team left in the entire National Football League. Your take.
First, I thought you were going to say ADD, and I was going to give you some of my Ritalin. You can have some. All right. Number 2. How do you bet against the Chiefs, man? It's the same thing we were saying this morning. Like, how do you bet against them? And it's just crazy that it just doesn't matter who you line up. Like, they just keep adding people. As long as 15 is there, got a shot to win anything, man.
You got a shot. Tom Brady, who, by the way, I'm going to send a note to Fox. I'm really, really hard on the crew for making their talent work better. I want to be the best show. He literally – did anybody watch the game today?
He's awful.
What is he? He says the word again every other sentence. I literally, my head was going to pop off. But, Raphael, he did say that Patrick Mahomes has now evolved from a 50 touchdown a year quarterback to a MVP quarterback to a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Now it's just all about winning games. So as AB said, they figure out a way, but at some point, this defense has got to be given credit. 12 points this week, 13 points against the Saints. This team is playing great defense.
It's just like they never give the offensive line any credit, just like they don't give Washington's offensive line. And I agree, KC's defense is really good, but I ain't believing everything that comes out of your mouth, Coach, about the Chiefs, because you're still complaining about Kelsey not being in the bath when he should be with the team. No, they're 6-0, Coach. I don't want to hear it because back then you're going to be complaining all week long that he wasn't at practice Tuesday in the club. He's too busy at Tay in New Orleans. No, I don't believe the hype that you're spooting out.
I haven't even a bath. We're talking loins and a bath already in the first 13 minutes of the show. All right, DG, you got about 25 seconds. Your thought on the Chiefs, the only remaining undefeated team now.
Yeah, they keep doing it. If you look at the options and the weapons that Mahomes has, he's figuring out a way. But honestly, give it to Andy Reid. Andy Reid is coaching his tail off right now. So best coach in the league by far.
All right, so there is a flag down, just under 3 minutes of play. It's 28-12, and Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes, as good as Patrick's been playing, boy, he's still throwing some bad interceptions, but they're figuring out a way to get the job done. So they're coming off their bye week, so now it's a run of 12 straight games to get through the end of the season. We'll see how that affects them moving forward, but they will improve now. So it's really, really cool. And the 49ers will fall to 3-4. All right, prime time's just getting started. When we come back, of course, we're talking Stadium Eats with Seabass. We've got the no-fly zone. Then how do you compare Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson? We're going to do it next. Just getting started. Prime time live only on Stadium. All right, all of you degenerates out there, we continue on our YouTube page. And this is where we like to have a little bit of fun. Let's start with the visiting team, AB, the favored Jets tonight. What do we got?
Take the Jets here, as you mentioned, the favorite team. All right, 2-leg parlays. Jets money line, Davante Adams anytime TD plus 265. All right, or Jets money line, Garrett Wilson, anytime TD, plus 345. And Jets cover the spread, minus 2.5. Aaron Rodgers, all right, 250 plus pass yards, plus 405. 3 solid options. Raphael, you love these parlays. Where are you going?
Oh, I'm rolling with the plus 405. Since I like the over, that means Aaron Rodgers is going to be throwing all over. So I'll take the 250 plus passing yards and the Jets minus 2.5. Give me the plus 405.
All right. DG, what's the Memphis play here?
I like the Jets money line and the Garrett Wilson touchdown. He has the better, honestly, chemistry with him. The plus 345 just sings to me.
Sings to him. All right. Down there in the Memphis Blues area. All right, Coach, where you going?
I'm going the same one. I love Garrett Wilson. I cashed on him last week in the first half on his catches and his yards. This only helps him with Davante and house. Let's go plus 345. That's what I got, AB.
All right, I like it, man. You know, honestly, like I kind of dig all three. Like I don't hate any of these. I'll go with the 265. I'll eat the chalk here. I do think Davante Adams is scoring a touchdown tonight, and I do think that the Jets win. So yeah, I'll roll with that one. 3 solid options though. Can't complain with any of them.
Does anybody on the crew actually think he had a hamstring injury when he was in Vegas? Anybody?
No.
Anybody want to take that one?
No.
Hey, he seemed to be just fine in the non-inactive tonight.
Yeah, it's like, well, no, I'm 100%. I feel good. My Taco Bell is still back in Vegas. I love that, AB, that you pointed out that Taco Bell had the house for sale. Oh, that's just such great marketing now that he's living in a nice high rise in the shadows of New York City. Oh, Taco Bell. I love you. All right, we're just getting started here on DTL Primetime Live. We're getting ready. What does Seabass have in store for us today? And also, we're just about set for, I feel interceptions tonight, the no-fly zone. We are back on Stadium live in just 5 seconds.
Hey, what's good, everybody? We're back with more Stadium Meets, and we're in Pittsburgh. We're doing the Bloomfield. Pierogies, Pittsburgh. I can't wait.
So for the Bloomfield, we're going to need to make a vodka sauce. And to start that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to mince up 1 shallot. After that, we're going to thinly slice and dice half of an onion. Into a saute pan, avocado oil, saute that onion and shallot, add in some garlic paste and our vodka. Once it reduces, add in the tomato paste. Stir that to combine, add in some Italian sausage. Then we're going to hit it with the heavy cream. Thoroughly mix that together, hit it with a little butter for some creaminess, and then finish it off with Parmesan cheese. Now, for the pierogies, some water, a little bit of salt. Put those in once the water's boiling. Once they rise to the top and they're nice and hot, move those out. We'll add them to the pan with the sauce. Get them all in, tossed in the sauce, nice and coated, covered, delicious. And then we're going to go ahead and plate this thing up. Now, I know they're not using fine china in Pittsburgh, but I've got some parchment paper here. We'll put the pierogies down, a little bit of extra sauce, because why not? Hit it with mozzarella, and then finish it with fresh parsley.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Bloomfield. Oh, yeah. Until the next dish, y'all.
Somebody's got to teach Seabass how to eat. But damn it, he knows how to cook. And like Mark said in the chat, Stadium Eats is fire. Damn, every single week is something new. Seabass, shout out to you. And the fam, great job on Stadium Eats. Now, as many of you know, if you watch this show day in and day out, we like to go a little bit deeper because there's so many different ways to cash tickets in tonight. It's such an interesting quarterback match. We got the future Hall of Famer in Aaron Rodgers. Some people think Russell Wilson could be a future Hall of Famer. They have both won a Super Bowl. So where could they go tonight? Russell Wilson's got his first start tonight. I don't know what to do, but my man AB does. It's time for the no-fly zone.
The no-fly zone indeed, Coach. And let's start with Aaron Rodgers. And you're going to see some similarities between Aaron and Russ in their chart breakdowns because veteran quarterbacks understand the NFL and they understand how to go about safely playing this game. And I mean, not throwing interceptions, but we'll get to that in a second. Take a look at the Steelers secondary here, all right? Got all over the board. But in the middle of the field, they can mess you up. Second best in the NFL, short mid. Eighth best in the NFL, deep mid. Aaron Rodgers and this Jets offense is a left to right passing offense. Very quick slants across the middle, all right? And then they'll test you deep. But that is where Aaron can get into trouble. But he loves throwing to his right. Why? You're not throwing against your body as a right-handed quarterback. It's a natural fluid motion. So flip it over here. Where Aaron is going to have trouble is deep mid, deep left, and short right. And the only reason I put short right is because the volume of passes are going to go that way. Now, pay attention to where Davante Adams is lined up on the line, okay? Left, right, slot. Pay attention to where he is, and then immediately go find Garrett Wilson, because it is going to be a lot of mixing and matching tonight for Aaron, and I mean that in the most positive way imaginable. His last slide here, all right, hit the potential game scripts for Aaron and the Jets. Early passes, late runs. Get a lead, okay, and then run the football and lean on Pittsburgh. Exactly what the Steelers want to do. Use that game against them. Use deep routes to open up the run game. That is where Aaron Rodgers is lethal, one of the best of all time at doing that. What we also need to see, vintage Aaron Rodgers play action. That is when you have the defense in a blender, because they can't rush, they can't drop back, and they don't know what the hell to do. And most importantly, Aaron, have fun, man. Like, you got your boys with you, all right? Whatever happened with the last coaching staff, all of that, forget it. Go out and have some fun, dude. This game is fun. You don't have a lot of time left. And I say that because you've had a hell of a career. Go have some fun, man. Enjoy this one. 3 out of 5 star rating to throw an interception tonight. Now, Russell Wilson. So we have to go back, all right, on the first slide here to 2023. All right, his last game with the Broncos against the Bills. Do you notice this passing chart? All right, it's a left to right offense. Why? When you're right-handed, it's a natural fluid motion throwing to your right and not throwing against your body. Take a look at the Jets secondary, though. All right, short passes, they're not that great. Deep, you are in serious trouble. Top 10 in all three, left, mid, and right. But look at Russ. He didn't throw it deep anymore. Not very much at all. Flip it over here, and you can see his danger zones. Yeah, it's going to be trouble deep, all right? And Russ is going to have issues if he tries to go deep too much. But use that against the Jets, all right? Deep left, deep mid, deep right, intermediate mid, intermediate left. And you flip it over here. I'm going to explain why. Russ, it's been a while, okay? Start the game. Just find some rhythm. Short, safe passes. You can't win the game in the first quarter, okay? Relax. Take deep breaths, all right? Veteran, but you know he's going to be fired up to be out there. Just find some rhythm with your offensive line and your wide receivers. Use Russ's legs to find comfort for him. It's a brand new stadium. He's played there, obviously, but not in that uniform, all right? Use your legs. Get yourself adjusted again to playing in the NFL. He'll get it, but anybody is going to need a little bit of time, and use that to just feel like Russ again. Let Russ cook, and your offensive line, take care of them. Don't take a ton of time in the pocket where holding calls come up, all right? Know your play, first to second progression, and go. Throw it away if you need to, or use your legs. That being said, 4 out of 5 star rating for Russ. It could be big, big trouble for us. Even though I'm pulling for the guy, it could be trouble, man. First time back, it's hard.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's going to be nervous tonight. I could see a little miscommunication. We saw it today in the 49ers game, a wide receiver running that way, quarterback throwing it that way. So let's compare these two quarterbacks after that dynamic no-fly zone. And I think that Russ is going to throw an interception like 40 yards down the field. But, DG, let me come over. These are the prop lines according to DraftKings. And clearly Russ's are going to be far less than Aaron Rodgers simply because he has not played. But which one do you have more confidence to hit something on that page?
I'm going to go with the pass yards, the 223.5 for Rodgers. He's been playing much better as of late. And so I would go with the pass yards there for Rodgers just because I think that he has more options, which could kind of stretch out the field a little bit. But don't forget about he has a lot of good connection with Lazard, but also Wilson. And so even though Davante Adams is there, I think it's just going to be a little bit of a distraction for the defense.
Quick update, the 49ers do score a touchdown to take the game and catch the over. They missed a 2-point conversion, so 1:08 to play. Chiefs are up 10, closing that game out. Raphael, let me come over to you because I look at that 174.5 for Russell Wilson. And anytime I see a 1 next to an NFL quarterback, I normally don't like it. But this season, we're seeing that a lot. Is this too low for a team that the books think will be playing from behind tonight?
It is. I mean, the books opened up this at 189.5 when it was announced that Russell Wilson was going to be the starting quarterback, and they quickly got bet down. But 174.5, I mean, that's a couple of slants that maybe Pickens breaks off and runs 40, 50 yards. He can have a big game if the yak is there in the yards per game. 174 is just so low. It just screams bet it. Especially if you like Pittsburgh, you would think you would have maybe close to a 200 passing yard game.
And let's flip it over to Aaron Rodgers now, because AB, last Monday night, we were talking about Aaron Rodgers throwing it a lot, completing it a lot. I still like those two numbers. He's gone over 50 a couple of times this year, and if it's going to be competitive, they have used the air more than Breece Hall this year. Do you like either one of those, attempts or completions?
I don't hate attempts. I love completions. And I think with Davante Adams, and I think that after last week, all right, that first week with the new coaching staff and how that game went, I think you're going to see vintage Aaron Rodgers tonight. I think you're going to see him airing it out, throwing it, because quite frankly, who's going to tell him no? Nobody there has enough power to do it, and I don't think that they want to, because I think that the way to win tonight, all right, and our man Greg in the chat just asked a great question. Can somebody convince me that the Jets could win this game? And I'll explain exactly how. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers come out, have fun, score early, and put the Steelers in a position of playing from behind that they do not want to do. You put stress on Russell Wilson. You can't go to Justin Fields because you just did all of this, right? So that's how the Jets can win, and that's why I like completions. You'll see some deep, but you'll see a lot of them short because Aaron Rodgers is excellent at putting you in a blender, man. He's great at doing it.
One other way I'm looking at DG is potentially playing unders for Russell Wilson. And hear me out here. Wasn't it, Raphael, you said it's over 2.5 is the number you can bet on quarterbacks playing tonight, right? And
yes,
we know that the Steelers cannot afford to even get a game behind the red-hot Ravens, and they're tied for first place. So let's just say, DG, we get to halftime, Russell's playing bad, it's 10-0 or 13-3, something like that, and Mike Thomas says, whoa, I got to go back to my guy. All those tickets are still live. May be an angle to look at.
Yeah, I think it's a great angle. I think also you got to look at maybe the red zone a little bit. Maybe that's something that Tomlin would go to Justin Fields in the red zone. I would love to play him on the gym tonight, just to kind of tease that a little bit. Unfortunately, there are no Justin Fields tickets out there for a first TD because they don't have that out there for the books. But I think they could have given within the 10-yard, 5-yard line, and you send out Justin Fields because he knows the offense a little bit better, especially in the red zone.
So we don't want to hit on those touchdowns at all because of that. I really think, Raphael, that Mike Tomlin is trying to outthink us and maybe out-game plan us. Do you think maybe that we're going to see equal time from the guys? That we haven't heard anybody talk about that.
You could see equal time, and we could also see Aaron Rodgers getting hurt because that offensive line is horrible. I don't understand all the people that love that giving Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he has this new shiny toy, but is he going to have time to play with that new shiny toy and throw him the ball? Because his offensive line has not been good. He's been sacked a lot this year. I don't have the number in front of me, but his offensive line has been awful. So that kind of scares me a little bit for Aaron Rodgers at prop bets tonight.
All right. Always Mr. Negative when it comes to Aaron Rodgers and that offensive line, Raphael. I just don't get it. By the way, it's a final in Santa Clara. Chiefs stay unbeaten. 28-18, getting the job done. 46 total points there. Still to come, we got a bunch of prop bets to play tonight in a little segment we like to call Prop It Up. And still to come, who's going to get into the club tonight? It's your boy. It's Primetime Live only on Stadium. All right, OGs, we continue on as we cross the bottom of the hour. Right here on our YouTube channel. We've done the Jets, AB. What about the home team, the Steel Curtain?
Let's have some fun here with some Steelers parlays. All right. First one, Steelers +2. Yeah, right. Steelers +2.5. Najee Harris, anytime touchdown, +250. Simple, effective. There you go. Steelers +2.5. George Pickens, anytime touchdown, +400. And here you go. Steelers money line to win the game. Russell Wilson either rushing a touchdown or catching a touchdown, +950. Raphael, where you go?
That +950 looks so tempting, but
Yeah.
I'm just going to take the chalk. +250, Steelers +2.5, Harris anytime TV. Harris is going to have a big game on the ground and through the air.
Okay. All right. Now, DG, how would our dudes, DJ Paul, Juicy J, how they play in this one?
To the house, we're going to go ahead and go with the Steelers money line because no pressure, no diamonds. Russell Wilson, if they're going to win the game, he needs to get into the pay dirt at +950. I love that one, AB.
Excellent phrase there. Thomas Stats, y'all got to play at MLB. I love the over. Bullpen game, save his game too. Let it ride on that over. Coach, but parlays, where we going?
I cannot believe DG just took your line. Gimmick infringement live here on primetime. That said, I'm going to go big. I think Russell Wilson is going to try to show out tonight. He hasn't seen the field in forever. So give me the +950. Steelers win. Russell scores the winning touchdown. Let's go, AB.
There we go. Look, I like that one. I'm going to roll with you. I don't know what to do. Spread, money line, whatever. But I like Russell Wilson. I do think that he's going to try to show out. Because remember, man's playing for a job, kind of playing for his career here a little bit because he's at the end as well. He hustles. Yeah, I like it.
I wonder how pissed the accounting department for the Denver Broncos are every 2 weeks when they have to write a check for that $40 million they're paying Russell this year, even though he's playing for a different team. Oh, it's a lot of money sent out the door. We're back on Stadium in just 5 seconds. Oh, tonight's a very interesting one when you're talking about the prop market. As we just discussed, Justin Fields can't find anything on him. What about Davante Adams? How has his number affected the number for Garrett Wilson? We'll get to that in just a moment. But AB, all of your picks for tonight's games are props. So I would love, sir, to give you the floor. What do you like?
Thank you, Coach. They're all props and they're all quarterbacks, 2 on each side. First off, Russell Wilson, welcome to the no-fly zone, Haas. +100. Let's go. Hand that one to me. Next, Russell Wilson over 4.5 rush attempts, -115. I do think that he's going to use his legs tonight. Speaking of legs, Aaron Rodgers over 1.5 rush attempts tonight. Got all his boys back. You know how it feels. You go on that trip with all your buddies. You start talking about the good old days, and you have a lot of fun. I think Rodgers is going to do that. We're going to see a little discount double check, him running for first downs, having a good time. 1.5. Hand that one to me. And then finally, Aaron Rodgers, longest completion, over 34.5 yards. Dude, backs against the wall. All right. You're going to see with the Mets swinging and you're going to see with the Jets swinging. And now that he's got all his dogs out here, Rodgers will throw deep tonight. That man is not afraid to do it on anyone, anytime, anywhere. Love longest completion over 34.5.
Is it still bad of me, AB, to want you to lose that over 1.5? I guess the rush attempts wouldn't matter. Okay, never mind. I was looking at yards. Yeah, because I'm still bitter from the Patrick Mahomes thing, but I'm okay with the attempt. The attempts doesn't bother me. All right, I'm going to retract that statement. Now,
well, you know what? I appreciate you retracting it, and also remember, all right, into the first half, into the game, kneel downs count as rush attempts.
Oh, I know. I'm quite aware of that. Yeah, damn near tore my ACL with that damn one in Atlanta. But I digress. All right, so AB, 4 big ones on the quarterbacks. We just discussed the completions. So, Raphael, let me come over to you because you love Aaron Rodgers. They've been doing that short passing. Explain yourself.
Yeah, I love the Aaron Rodgers to over 21.5 completions, -105. I was totally blown away when I saw that -105. He's going to be throwing to his boys. They can't run the ball. He's going to have to do a lot of quick passes because the offensive line has failed him all season long. I just think over 21.5 is good. He's averaging 26 completions his last 4 games. So I take the low number, and I'm laying only minus 105. And then give me Najee Harris plus 60 plus yards rushing. This is with the alternate prop bet. You can get it at plus 110. His last game, he rushed for over 100 yards versus the Raiders. This year, he's averaging 62 yards per game. So I just think he's going to have a big game on the ground and through the air. I also like the rushing and receiving yards. So I would grab that one, but his rushing yards easily over 60 plus 110.
If you're playing this at DraftKings, it gets a little confusing when you hit rushing props. It'll do the drop down. You can do the 60 plus, then you hit rushing yards, and it'll close it up, and then you can get the actual number with the. I don't know why they do it that way. I don't like it. I think it's confusing, but once you do it a couple of times, you figure it out. All right, DG, coming over to you. You're also on Najee Harris tonight. Then a guy that's a little bit iffy. You're up.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Najee Harris. The over 14.5 rush attempts is at minus 105. The Jets allow the 7th most rushing attempts to the running back. He's been right around that number. I think they're going to rely on him, especially when I would expect them to kind of get into the mud in this game. And so they're going to keep pounding the rock because I don't trust Russell. I think he's in the danger zone. And so we're going to go with Najee Harris over 14.5 rushing attempts at minus 105. And then Tyler Conklin. He's going to have 3 receptions tonight. Pittsburgh allows the 2nd most targets and the 3rd most receiving yards to the tight end position. It looked for maybe Aaron Rodgers, a little dump down here, left and right. Maybe have him 22 completions. Well, 3 of those, they're going to Tyler Conklin over 2.5 receptions at plus 100.
DG, this takes a lot of guts to play that play on a night when Davante Adams is showing up, when Garrett Wilson has been averaging like 8-9 catches a game the last couple, and you're going to play Tyler Conklin? Oospa. I don't even think I used it right. It just sounded cool coming out of my mouth right there. I've got a lot of Jewish friends. They have all these things. I always say I'm wrong. Shout out to all you guys. All right, it's time to compare, though. We're talking about rushing on the ground. So who do we have tonight? How about 2 studs? Breece Hall, dynamic for the Jets. Najee Harris. These are their numbers according to DraftKings. And when you see a little yellow, that means focus on those. I mean, Kareem Hunt today, AB, he went for 2 plus for the Chiefs. Could one of these 2 go for 2 plus tonight?
They're both liable to do it, especially Najee Harris, man. I like Harris anytime TD plus 125. That's a strong number. Mike Tomlin, old school coach, loves to run the football down there near the goal line. I'd also look Najee Harris longest rush. All right. The Jets aren't great against the run, and he could break one, man, especially if they're down in the second half. Take a draw that nobody expects. Go. Yeah, I like those.
He always seems to have one. He kind of dives into the line, then he busts it out, and there he goes for 15, 18 yards, number 22 in black. So, DG, let me come over to you. I think that both of these numbers are kind of low as far as the rushing yards are concerned. I think the books believe that both quarterbacks will either run a lot tonight or the defenses will stop them for the total, but that's why maybe we play that longer rush like AB said.
Yeah, I do like that, but I think the under on Breece Hall rushing yards could be there. Obviously, I like the attempts for Najee Harris and the yards, just as Rafael had it. But I would look at these 2 teams combined. They've only allowed 5 touchdowns, 1 receiving, and both teams have allowed 2 on the year to a running back rushing in. I don't like either one of these guys to really get in often, and so maybe they get in, but honestly, they're both good against the run. Look for both quarterbacks to be passing a lot.
All right, so speaking of passing, let's flip it over now and compare our top receivers tonight. And, wow, it's just weird seeing Davante in that white and green, number 17, and then George Pickens. Hey, number 14, show up tonight. Early show up tonight. I don't even want to hear the word chalk from any of you clowns. Don't even say chalk to me tonight. Little foreshadowing. AB, Davante Adams, I don't know what to believe. He misses 3 games with a hamstring injury. He says, no, it's legit. It's legit. Gets on a red eye, lands Tuesday morning after the Jets lose by 3 to the Bills. All of a sudden, he's completely healed, and he's got prop numbers tonight at all of the books. What am I missing? Talk to me on these 2.
You're not missing anything. If he weren't healthy, he wouldn't be playing, right? Like they would just throw him out there against the Steelers defense, bang him around. Look, I like Davante Adams anytime TD plus 140. What I also like is there's no other show on the planet that has a picture of Davante Adams in the Jets uniform, but we got that too. All right, that's how we hold it down. Yeah, anytime TD, man. I don't hate Pickens, really anything, but Davante, man, that's Aaron's guy. TD plus 140. I'll roll with it.
Man, if Garrett Wilson's watching the show right now with kickoff in about 35 minutes, there's a good chance he is. He's got to be pissed, DG, that he didn't make our matchup graphic tonight, that he's not the number one guy, that he's not the one that Aaron Rodgers is going to go to. And by the way, both Davante Adams and Wilson, they have the receptions at 4.5. Garrett Wilson's gone way over that number the last couple of weeks. Clearly, it's helping Wilson. But what do you think? Which guy would you go with at 4.5?
Yeah, I would go Davante Adams at the 4.5 just because he's a very good route runner. And so Garrett Wilson has had struggles in the past of that. Davante Adams is a very good route runner. But if you look at the other side, I think Pickens stinks. But you got to have a guy like Russell Wilson who likes to rely on a certain guy like he did Cortland Sutton in Denver. That could be Pickens on this team here in Pittsburgh.
Boy, I'm a little shocked that, DG, you gave that answer because clearly nobody's remembering the coach cashing both the catches and the yards with Garrett Wilson last week before halftime. Hashtag next level. Now, Raphael, you can listen to DG or you can listen to your boy. And I think Garrett Wilson has a bigger night because of Davante Adams. Tell me I'm wrong or tell DG he's wrong.
You're not wrong. I think Wilson, we praised him last week, and you shoved it in Soupy's mouth when you were cashing tickets at halftime. And you could be shoving it again, tickets. I like Wilson this one, but Pickens anytime touchdown, I like that one. I think he's going to be focused a lot tonight. So I think Pickens has a better game than both those wide receivers in New York.
We've got to really watch the phrases we're using here on the show recently. If you know, you know. AB, let me come over to you because this is it's such a cool situation because George Pickens, he will tell you because he is arrogant, he is cocky, he believes that he's an all-pro level wide receiver, certainly as an athlete, but hasn't had the quarterback to let him play that way. Garrett Wilson would tell you the exact same thing. So which guy is right?
They're both right. I mean, they're both talented. Now, Garrett Wilson is very talented. And, there's a little bit of your girlfriend's looking at another guy, i.e. Aaron Rodgers to Davante. An old friend. Hey, don't worry about him. He's just an old friend. Garrett's like, oh, okay. Oh, for real? Oh, that's your guy? All right. How about I just go out, show out tonight? Let's see who's the stud around here. Garrett Wilson, Mike, you see that hand going up? That means 9 route. Just throw me the damn ball, like Keyshawn Johnson said. I bet you Garrett Wilson, I don't know how many targets he's going to have. I bet that son of a gun catches every one of them, though. He knows. He absolutely knows. Completions for Garrett Wilson, or receptions, I should say. That might be a sneaky nice play, dude. Alan Lazard a little bit, too. But Garrett, yeah.
All right, Lazard's only at 2.5 tonight, so he's even lower. Real quick, let's go to the yards because Davante, remarkably, his number's a little bit higher than Garrett Wilson. Which would you go with on yards, DG?
Man, I think it's tough. I think you can go with both guys, honestly, because I think he'll be sharing the ball a little bit. But if I had to go with anybody, I think I would go with the Wilson yards, just in general, as something's going off in my house. No clue what that is.
That means it's a fire pick. Fire pick. It's like craps, dude. When a fire bet comes out. Yeah. when you're shooting craps and a fire bet comes out, you just fire your chips right in the middle. Yeah, we're going double snake eyes. Let's go.
When we come back, we're gonna hit. I'm going to talk to Raphael. He's going to give you a play on WNBA. That starts in about 15 minutes. I'll have AB and DG hit on the baseball game. That starts in about 24 minutes. I understand it's primetime live, but we have to give you everything. And I already saw the chat. My man, Big Chuck, already blew out all of the soccer plays today as well. If you watch live and you got Wolfsburg over 1.5, hashtag it pays to watch live. What are you doing in the morning? That's what I'm talking about. All right, we come back. It's time for me to get serious. I'm getting into the club. It's prime time, only on Stadium. All right, you OGs. This is my favorite game to play. I don't know who came up with it, but AB, I love me some points bands. What do we got tonight?
Points bands are a ton of fun, man. For anybody that's brand new, how you play it is this. What is the final score for each team individually? The Steelers won 24-21. That means 21-30 with cash for both teams. So I won't read through all of them. Everybody can read it. Raphael, I'll throw it, though, to you first. Pick one for each team.
You go 21-30 for both teams. 21 plus 165 for the Jets and plus 190 for the Steelers. I can see something like a 28-23 type of game, Pittsburgh winning. So I'm going to go 21-30.
Okay. DG, where are we going?
I'm going to go with 11-20 for both teams. I think they're both going to have 2 touchdowns, and then there's going to be a field goal split. I don't see many of the kickers getting crazy tonight.
Coach, what do you like?
Man, I'm so good at this. I hate to put my damn near perfect record on the line, but I will. I think the Jets get into the 20s. I think we're going to have a similar game to what we saw with the Bills and the Jets. So I'm going to say both are between 21 and 30. And whoever had the over, I'm going to roll with them, the over 40.
All right, I'm going Jets 31-40. Give me that plus 650. And I'm going Steelers 21-30 at plus 190. That's where I'm going.
All right. Very, very good. Points bands. I absolutely love that. The chat is getting a little bit rambunctious over there as well. Hey, while we have a little bit here, Raphael, WNBA tonight. Lynx are getting 6, 157.5. You like anything in that game?
Yeah, I can't believe they opened up at 4.5. Now it's 6, and maybe take a shot at the Lynx plus the points. I think we might see points. I know it's a game 5, and defense usually key here, but I think the 3-ball might be dropping with Minnesota. I think we see a little overplay on this one, but Minnesota plus the points at 6.
Very good. We'll hit the baseball game in about 30 seconds. Jared says, "Can we get in the club, Coach? I'm about gave up on this club thing." Jared, there are 18 weeks. Give up in week 7? What is wrong with you? We never give up. Never, ever, ever, ever. Till like week 11. All right, we're back on Stadium in just 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is DTL Prime Time live on Stadium. Do not forget, we're also live on Stadium every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and then we replay at 4 p.m. Eastern as well. You don't want to miss any of those Monday through Friday. Now, AB, we've got to let the good people know over at DraftKings what's going on with the baseball game tonight. First pitch is in about 21 minutes. The Mets are trying to stave off elimination. They're back about 60 miles from where I'm sitting right now. Minus 148 on the money line for the favorites for the Dodgers. And the current total is at 8.5. Juiced a little bit to the over at minus 115. Your thoughts, AB?
Love the over. You're seeing a replay here, I believe, of game 2. It's a bullpen game for the Dodgers. And who is it, Manaea going tonight for the Mets?
Yeah, it's Manaea against Michael Kopech.
Yeah, so you'll see multiple pitchers for the Dodgers. Look, I like the over. It's hit constantly, and especially when the Mets' backs are against the wall. The Dodgers have to win one of the next 2, meaning they could let some runs happen tonight. I love it. You get to 4-4, you're home free, baby. Let's go.
And the weather out here, DG, is absolutely perfect. No issues with that. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is a game that you can go look at the over for sure. Both these pitchers aren't very good. Sean Manaea was better early in the season, but honestly, neither one of these guys are good, and so they're going to get to the bullpens pretty quickly.
And Shohei Ohtani, Raphael, has been awesome. What are you looking at tonight?
Yeah, the over has hit 4 straight times, and the winner of each game has scored 7 runs or more. So the winner of each game is almost going to cash the total itself.
Yeah, interesting. AB, go.
So, all right, like I said, all right, it's game 6. The Dodgers have to win one of the next 2 at home. Treat this like college baseball, like the College World Series. And you want to know what the Dodgers can't do tonight? They can't burn their bullpen tonight. So if somebody's giving up runs, they might leave them in a little bit longer because they might need them tomorrow in game 7. The Mets, dude, you just got to survive to game 7. The Dodgers have options, so treat it like the College World Series here. great thing that the Dodgers, they can't burn everything up and lose.
All right. Very interesting. And that game, first pitch is 5:08. Now, very quickly, we are also live tomorrow, primetime live on Monday night. And the NFL, for some reason this year, DG, they've said, hey, how about we have multiple Monday nights with multiple games? We have Baltimore on the road in Tampa, the Bucks coming off a 51-point performance against the Saints. And you got the Chargers, one of my best bets in Arizona. I like them on the money line, gave it out this morning at -125. I think Arizona absolutely stinks. Which game and why are you most looking forward to tomorrow night? We'll be live on the air, like 15 minutes. We got a kick tomorrow night. Let's go.
Yeah, I love these double matchups because it gives us a chance to get in the club a little bit more. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for you, Coach. But if I'm looking at anything, I'm looking at the Tampa and the Baltimore game. I think it's a great game if you want to target both quarterbacks for the yards. I think that's an option you can look at. But unfortunately, Coach, I would just probably spray and pray for you, especially with these gym plays.
Raphael, tomorrow night, what are you looking forward to?
Getting into the club with 2 games. That's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I mean, it's got to be Baker and Tampa. If they beat Baltimore tomorrow, when are we going to start giving Tampa Bay the respect that we should be giving them? Because Baker Mayfield's playing some really good football. After he threw 3 picks last week, he still balled and still threw touchdown passes. So I like this Tampa Bay team. It's going to be a very interesting game tomorrow.
And every time I think, AB, that the Ravens are on fire, that Lamar, he's a MVP favorite. He's not. Jared Goff should be. But that's what everybody's talking about. And then Tampa could come out and Baker Mayfield could just lay the hammer down tomorrow night. Which way do you think it's going to go?
It's hard to bet against the Ravens. Now, that's the Ravens against the Bucks in Tampa, correct?
Yes, it is in Tampa.
Okay. Derrick Henry played high school ball not too far away from there. And every time with Tennessee, he went to the state of Florida, he ran asses over. Just bet with Derrick Henry tomorrow night. I'm telling you, man, whatever you find, bet him. That dog, dude, that's the governor of Florida, not DeSantis. It's Derrick Henry.
More political talk.
Yeah, by the way, Brian says, where is it at? He has to go to the 7-Eleven for a Slurpee while AB and DG are sipping in the club. AB, remember all those bots that you just got rid of just now? That Brian Tonsoni is a bot in my world. Get rid of him. Block his ass.
I kind of want an icy now.
That's kind of good. A cherry one sounds really, really good.
We have Spanish ones here. They're called frazzles. They're delicious.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
I get them all the time.
Why doesn't that
shock me?
That doesn't shock me either. All right, if you're new to our show, and I'm looking at the live number right now, and there's a lot of you that are new. We got a great number tonight. So thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for trying us on a Sunday night. Come back every single day. We'd love to have you. Now, this is the fun portion of the program. Yeah, they're talking a little bit of trash, but we all know DG would never say it if he was right here in my face, because that would never happen, because I'd take him down like that. But he's not, so he can. And we have an order. There are rules to this game. It's got to be plus 1,000 or higher. You can't throw Derrick Henry tomorrow night and think you're going to win, get into the club. So, AB, you got the very first diamond this season. So until somebody gets 2, you get to go first. Where are you going?
So Chicago Pats are the best show out there. And, buddy, thank you. That means the world to all of us. You know what else means the world, what we're not talking about? Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson know each other from 2 different teams. Seattle and Green Bay had a lot of playoff games against each other. You know what Russell Wilson did all the time? Run in touchdowns. Well, the revenge tour's back, and nobody does that better than Aaron Rodgers. I'll take him for the first touchdown tonight. Is that plus 4,500? Nice.
Is that what it says? Plus 4,500? I would love to come over as a flow thing to Raphael and another, but I can't do that because DG also has a diamond, and he's going to go with the guy that AB's guy is throwing to. That was smooth. DG, you're up.
Yeah, we're going to go Alan Lazard here at plus 1,600. He's actually been the first TD for this Jets team twice this year. And so I expect him to be a guy that maybe gets a little overlooked, and that's what we're looking for. Somebody in the red zone gets a little overlooked. We're going to go Alan Lazard. But I found the perpetrator. he was losing battery life earlier. So that's why we were a little loud noises earlier.
Well, that's what happens when you go on vacation and you don't change all the batteries out before you leave for a full week. I don't even know what that means, a full week. All right. Apparently, if we could change on a dime, I would, because somebody in the chat said that Garrett Wilson is now plus 1,000 at DK. But hey, we're locked and loaded. Raphael, you like the replacement tonight. Why?
Pretty much opposite what AB just said. He did this against Aaron Rodgers game after game after game when they battled between Green Bay and Seattle. He's going to do it again. And he's not going to throw a touchdown pass. He's going to run a touchdown. So I like Russell Wilson to score the first touchdown there. Plus 2,200. Not a chalky play, but plus 2,200.
Yes, AB.
When you're facing two teams that don't give up rushing touchdowns at all, that's running backs A-gap. That's when you take that naked boot release with the quarterback around. Both these quarterbacks could do that. I like the way Raphael's thinking.
I don't, because I don't think Russell Wilson's going to score the first touchdown. Producer man, by the way, has Braylon Allen, and I promise you he has no clue who that is. I promise you he doesn't know who that is. I'm going to go with George Pickens. And all of you in the chat, you can make all the chalk jokes that you want. It doesn't matter, because when you get into the club and you walk and they go, hey, Mr. Coachman, we've missed you. Where have you been? They don't go, chalky, chalky, chalky. They say, who got you in? I say, Mr. Pickens, with a nice little over-the-shoulder from Russell Wilson. So I'm going with George Pickens tonight at an even plus 1,000, and you can find that anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's no final takes tonight. I'm not hearing any more from any of these three clowns right here. No, producer man, close me up. I need my one shot. The Chiefs win today. We're still undefeated. And yet I can't get into the club. I can't be like AB, DG, and come on. We know Raphael's not popping bottles before your boy. But just understand this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My attacker, Lobo. My man from Memphis, Tennessee, DG. My numbers guy, Raphael. Producer man, always behind the scenes. AB, my 5-tool player. I'm simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about every single day and night, even prime time, live right here on Stadium. We'll see you tomorrow twice. Good luck.